morning, everybody. Las Vegas, Nevada. We're at Dream Racing right now, and the much hyped, over anticipated event is right now. We got Matt Farah warming up his car on the track. We got Justin Bell, the race car driver, right over there. We got David over there. Rob Dahm somehow limped his car in without a tow truck today. That was impressive. It's not leaving like that. But it's going to be exciting to see what we can do. There goes the first one.
Ah! I gotta tell you something, Patterson. He's breaking it to 5 board. That's not a good sign. Hey, Patterson, that sounds all right.
Thanks, man. Sounded awesome from the outside.
You know, when the power comes in, I mean, once you start to anticipate it and you know where it is, because at first I go, oh, it's got some nice torque. It took off. And then, but when the tires were cold, it was pretty loose.
It was fun to watch though.
I'm like, okay, yeah. I just need to keep this smooth. And then I was just starting to, you know, when you get in a new car, you start to build it up, and you build it up, and I was like, okay, now I can start driving. I gotta say that. It's a real joy. I mean, once you work out that she's got some weird family dysfunctions, you realize, I mean, you can drive it really hard. You've really put it together well. You can stay around here in pretty much third. The gearbox is too slow to go down in those tight corners. You can't get it down. Same in yours. So but mid corner, once you get it on the power, and it's so sensitive to where you go on the power. If you go on too early, you know, you're going to push out. But once you get it right, it's
the power felt good.
Yeah, really good. And the brakes, you know, you can see I braked too late and then I came back.
Yeah, I saw that on like the 3rd lap.
And that's why I let it cool down and then went.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of brake.
It's a really, really good car. That's really sorted. That was fun. Okay.
Oh no.
Here's what you have to know. It's a Corvette. You've raced those.
Yeah.
It's like those, but less reliable.
Okay.
So the pedals are in the same
So just
spot.
like a factory car, but just not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Temperature.
The what? Temperature, what did it go up to?
229.
240 is where I'd probably, it cooled down after you did a cool down lap?
Yeah, it's now 223.
Okay. Yeah, the 220s, it shouldn't be that hot, but that's not unheard of.
So I can do a couple of laps. You've got like 60% rear brake, it feels like.
Does it really?
I've never looked up the rears in a straight line before. But okay, so I can go and do a couple more laps.
Yeah, go knock yourself out.
I just was worried.
Yeah, like up to 240, you're fine.
Okay.
It's not going to start spitting or anything. He just, the coolant temperature's at 225, and I'm like, just keep going. 225's not bad.
225 is not bad for an LS2.
He said, I've never locked up the rear brakes in the car in a straight line before. I'm like, yeah, that's a feature. That's the second switch. We now have smoke. But we got some hot laps and I'm good. That's perfectly normal. It's nothing you did.
Oh no! Oh, fire! 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 Fire!
Back, Tommy.
Fire! I'm just gonna stay.
It's the coolant caught fire when it hit the header.
Rob, I don't think this has gone well, buddy.
What? This is exactly how I planned it to go. Coolant onto headers. Coolant catches fire. We put it out. We get this big. This is dramatic.
As I came around, I thought I'm going to just muller his car for these 2 laps.
Yeah.
Because he said I could go to 140 and then to 240 and
And you can't.
I guess the moral of the story is maybe not 240, maybe 239.
Were you expecting anything less?
No.
Totally prepared for it. When you looked at these cars this morning, did you expect anything less? Especially
We
from
went and
Rockstar.
grabbed the gloves.
Look, I'm wearing a full suit for this.
I'm glad you wore the suit.
That's a very valid point. I am glad I read it. You know,
But if you're gonna
Rob invited me.
Right.
It's Rob's event. It's Rob's car. And Rob's car is looking like, what's that famous thing in Yellowstone? Old Faithful.
So I came to Vegas. Justin said the car was doing great right up until about this point. But I'm not gonna lie, this is going right according to plan. Good laps, dramatic smoke for YouTube, and I'm a happy guy. What I wasn't expecting, so what you saw, we had a little bit of a fire going on the other side. The coolant, which Jeff built that nice little coolant overflow, but he directed the coolant overflow to just piss onto the engine. And therefore, coolant on hot engine, smoke, fire, blah, 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 blah. This I wasn't expecting. My oil cap popped off. Must be from the coil packs bouncing up and down. It popped off the oil cap, which sucks because that was like a custom oil cap. Hey Matt.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's probably
never
bad.
seen that before.
That's probably bad. This may need a steam cleaning.
Yeah.
Car is sorted. It's 3,100 pounds. It's corner balance 50-50 across corners. It's 270 wheel horsepower and 305 wheel torque.
Sweet.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked. God, my car is money.
Yeah.
2 things can happen. 1, I lose, in which case I'm down 200 horsepower. 2, I win, in which case. Got it though. Oh my god, is that car fucking sexy?
On his first lap.
That car is sexy as hell.
Start braking now.
What do you think, huh? Isn't it fun?
It really is.
It's a riot, isn't it?
It is. It started to creep to 220.
Wait, turn the ignition back on.
You
real
learned
quick.
220s.
Just let it run and idle for just a second.
Started just to get up to like 280, 250, above 250.
That's
so.
fine. Hang on, it'll settle. Give it a little tap. It'll settle out real quick. Mine did a
Fine.
56, and then I could drive it home.
You
That's
could drive it home. Yeah,
That's
yours
good.
is probably the most usable.
Yeah. Other than does anyone else have?
You have air conditioning? You have.
No, I have no heat or air conditioning. I have a defroster.
Do
That's
you
it.
have air conditioning? I'm not even gonna ask Rob.
I'm happy that, like, you know, when you have a pro do it, it's like, I like it.
Yeah.
You know, and I go, yeah, you could. And when he comes back and he says the same words that I
feels
say,
good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God, I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, it means I'm not just making it
I'm
up.
not just making this
It's
up.
like, it's like when you taste wine and you're like, I taste the oakiness,
Yeah.
and then the guy's like, no,
Yeah,
actually.
actually, you're tasting raspberry.
Yeah.
Apple. You know, these guys. I said in my little video, like, you can make it understeer or oversteer with the throttle, and he came back and said the same thing.
Good.
So.
All right, Rob, guess who's up next, buddy?
And I think Rob nervously laughs the whole time
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
because he knows.
Oh, he knows. I don't know why he's dusting it off for you.
What is he cleaning it for?
Oh, it looks a lot nicer now.
Aerodynamics. It's going to surprise you, but there's a couple things you need to know.
I probably do.
First of all, it started with that wire there.
I can see that.
So, I mean,
you have to hot wire it?
Yeah.
Okay, that is an official first. I have never got in a car we need a hot wire to. That's good.
And you're hot wiring it off of the solenoid that controls the headlights. But they're not going to pop up.
What's great is the picture.
Because they don't work.
It's on drag ET Street R, so I'm sure you're going to have some fun.
Yeah, no sidewall.
It has no.
No sidewall. So it bounces up and down.
It's really nice to know you came prepared, Rob. So what do you want me to shift at?
8,000.
Why does it keep breaking up?
I don't know. The tune's off a little bit, but
That's for cheating with the race gas.
And I guess that's it.
Ah.
We have a toe strap. We can get him with the top. What I say?
He's rolling it in. Come on, Rob, give me an interview here. Come on, while he rolls down the pits.
the car's speechless.
If he makes it to the pits. No, he'll roll. He's got enough momentum. He'll get here eventually.
Oh, he can't even start the car.
Run, Rob. You're going faster than your car right now. We are so surprised. I can race you on foot right now.
He's really enjoying this.
Yeah.
Rob, meet Rob. He's really enjoying this.
Yeah. Pot meat kettle.
Yeah.
Well, at least I laid a lap time down.
The ECU cut power.
Ah, excellent.
So coming into this, David had like a really quiet confidence about his car, blue being the operative word, I guess. And I was very confident because when we were talking about how long I was going to spend out there, he said, you know, don't do too many laps, but you can go fast. And I've got to say that I was really disappointed when it overheated early on. When all that horsepower came in, it's violently coming in. And But the overriding thing for me was that it doesn't stop. If his car had good brakes, it would be actually quite formidable, and I think it could have probably maybe even pushed its way further up the rankings. But the second time I got in it, we ran without the hood on. I was able to keep it cooler. I also knew what to expect, having driven all the others, and I hammered it. And you'll see on the video, there's moments where I'm able to like drift it, sliding it through the corner. I'm not trying to drift, but I could balance it right in the power curve, and it was incredibly responsive. So that's a car I'd like to drive more. I think there's more to come if he puts brakes on it. So what can you say about Matt Farah's Mustang that Matt wouldn't say about it himself? He had so much confidence, like this silent but deadly confident, like he is in life really. I've never driven a car with like this Jamaican drug dealer interior before, but it was a sign of things to come, because it does make you pretty high. It goes fast. If it had another 100 horsepower, I think it would be pretty much the most formidable car here. It's very well sorted. He told me it was sorted, but everyone tells you their cars are sorted. Normally they're lying. Actually, it was well balanced, has a mid-corner understeer, but really fun. I think I went quite quick in it. And I was a little bit faster than Matt until he did about another 20 laps. So that's a really good one. I'd like to drive that again too. What I liked about Tommy's car was that it was already damaged, so I can't be held responsible. It's like going on a date and the lipstick's already smudged, so you can't be held responsible. Actually, it's a really good car. He's sorted this out. I almost felt most comfortable in this car out of the box, out of all of them. It's well set up, had really pretty good brakes. It's the nice right amount of power, and I think this is the only one that didn't overheat on me. So, yeah, Tommy should be happy with it. It's definitely I know it's his next evolution of this going to be better all around, with all the good bits on it. But this is the end of the life for this old lady. And it was a pretty good last hurrah. It's quick around here. This is not how it looked when it turned up this morning. I feel a little bit bad because I really did overheat Rob's sweetheart. You know what? The thing is, this car, I know how Corvettes handle. You know, I raced for Corvette in 2000, and I was just apologizing for doing that to his car. But can I tell you, on the way, before it went wrong, it handled well, it braked too well. I think it's something to do with the rear pads and the bias. I locked up going down the straight here with the rears, but once it got settled, there's something predictable about this platform. So even with all the horsepower you put on it and everything, you know, mid corner you could roll through the corners. I could balance it on the throttle. I could get back to apex. This is a car that if you spent time in it, I think I would have crushed everybody else, if really crushed them, if I'd done that. And it was just misfortune that he had to yell the words fire, which is not my favorite four-letter word.
I would have done that whether it was on fire or
you
not.
should have done, because I'm like, I wish I paid attention. How do I get out of this?
Lock is easy, you know the drill.
I was out. But this is good, and he's even going to drive it back to the hotel, so not too much damage. But this is definitely top of the pile. Now, last but not least, what do you say about Rod Dahm's car? I tell you, everyone else last night at dinner and this morning had an awful lot to say about his car. Let's just say they were less than complimentary. Obviously, big guy on YouTube, but maybe for certain dubious reasons, because he's still going right now. He's still telling everybody quite how good the car would be, rather than how good it really is. It's a bit unfortunate it overheated, but everything overheats. Look at that, no wonder it overheats. It's like a nuclear power plant. And once I was out there, and the second time I went out and lapped, it actually handles equal to nearly all the other cars. It actually brakes really well, which was refreshing, because anytime you have a missile heading to space, you'd like to know you can return, and it definitely brakes well. I would like, when Rob sorts this, which he promises by the time I'm 65, he's going to have sorted it. It will actually be quite a formidable car. It doesn't need more power, ever. Ever. It just needs maybe more radiator. I don't know. That was really fun, Rob. I enjoyed it. And you know what? When I say last but not least, it may be last, but who knows? It was last. Statistically last. But not last in fun. But not last in fun. And it's always good if you're fat and ugly, you better be funny, right?
Is that politically correct? I don't